following program brought to you by the Grill Master. Welcome to the show, Backyard Grilling with the Grill Master. This is my backyard, and I am the Grill Master. Today's featured sponsor, Farmland Pork. And we're gonna do a little Christmassy dinner here on the grill. I'm real excited. It's kind of basic, but it's gonna be full of flavor. We're gonna be doing a rack of pork, and we have one right here. Of course, just go down there and see Billy down there at 502 where I work at on 50th and Indiana, that Market Street, and he'll get you taken care of right there. And if you need a larger one, or 2 or 3, I bet you they can handle it. But anyway, we have a rack of pork here. It's about a 4 or 5 pound rack of pork here. And what we're gonna do with this is we're just gonna do a dry rub, just with some adobo powder, some chipotle powder, some ground cumin, a little bit of paprika, and some salt to season it with, and then we're just going to throw it on the grill and let it cook just like that. It's not that hard, pretty simple. So we're going to get this nice little pretty rack that Billy got for us out here. Leroy got this for us. But this here, we'll just get some salt and we'll season it with salt. Now they come tied with the string. You leave that string on there, and then it's not going to hurt anything, because it is a thick slab of meat. You need to put a little bit of good seasoning on top, so it'll go in as it cooks. But being pork, it is kind of salty, so you don't want to put too much salt. Of course, the flavor is going to come from these other ingredients of paprika and chipotle and adobo and cumin. So let's kind of get around here, put some all around. Now this here dry rub, we're gonna get a small bowl. I'm gonna put it all in there and get them all mixed up. It's not, you don't layer them one by one. And again, there's really not that much of a measurement. You just need the size of your rack of pork. Here it's probably about 2.5 tablespoons of ground cumin. The chipotle and the adobo chile powder, it's a spice, so that's up to you. But this let's see, this one is the chipotle powder, and that one we're gonna put about 1.5 tablespoons, and then we're gonna put about 1.5 tablespoons of the adobo chile powder. And then we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of the paprika. And that's it. You just give it get them mixed up here, and then just be generous with it. Just layer it, rub it all over. You can, if you need, or if you'd like, you can take some olive oil and then just put some on there, so this rub will stick on there. But it's pretty moist, so that'll help it stick also. That when you put this on the grill, you want to get that grill pretty hot at the beginning. That way it'll kind of sear it, and then once it sears, then you can lower your temperature on your grill and just let it finish cooking. Now we're gonna let it cook some, and we're gonna make couple of things. We're gonna make a sauce, a glaze type that we're gonna put on here towards the end of the cooking of the roast of the pork rack of pork. And then once we get that done, then we're also gonna make a barbecue sauce, a sherry vinegar barbecue sauce that you can use afterwards. After it's done and you serve it, they can certainly use that also. So anyway, just like that, and we're gonna get that on the grill and get it going. All right, so we got the rack of pork grilling. It's doing really good, and we're gonna do a barbecue sauce, that sherry vinegar barbecue sauce I talked about. And what it's gonna take is, it's gonna take about a cup of ketchup, and then we're gonna take a cup of some sherry vinegar, and then we're going to take half a cup of chicken stock, not broth, stock. You know, if you have some at home, that's fine too. Homemade is good. Half a cup of that, and then we're going to take a quarter cup of brown sugar, I like it a little sweet, and then we're going to take some Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, that's 1. That's 2. And then we're going to take some paprika. Now it does ask for Spanish paprika. This is pretty close to it, just regular, you know, just a regular paprika that they have there on the counter. It's, you know, because it's not too much of a difference. The Spanish paprika is kind of like a sweet paprika, which is what this is. So close, like I said, close to it. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of that. And then we're going to take some, you can use some fresh thyme. I didn't get any fresh thyme, but I've got some thyme leaves here. Just a little dash of those, about a teaspoon or so, not a whole lot. And we get this, and we're going to let it boil for a little bit while it cooks. And then once it all boils together, then we're going to lower the heat, because this is on high heat. We're going to let it boil. Got it mixed here. And of course, we're going to take some kosher salt and season it. This is just for seasoning. Just take a little bit of that kosher salt. And then we're going to take just a dash of this coarse ground black pepper. You know that sometimes these recipes they ask for fresh ground black pepper. I'll tell you what, the Food Club brand coarse ground black pepper is about the closest that I've found. There's some other coarse ground black pepper they sell out there, but this is about the best that comes close to it, where you don't have to get whole peppercorns and crack it on there. I mean, if you got that, that's fine. You know, you want to do that, that's fine. But you know, but I'm just letting you know that if you're in a hurry, or you just rather not do that because you don't want to buy all that stuff, and you know, just that Food Club brand coarse ground black pepper is about the closest thing that I've found on the market. Last thing we're going to add to this is some honey. Again, there's no. Did I open this thing? Oh no! Oh yeah. Where are you? Anyway, the last thing we're going to add to the there it is. Just a dash of honey. And again, all this is just flavoring, so you can taste it. You want some more of this or some more of that, no problem. But once you add the honey, then you let it cook just a little bit, let it boil just a little bit, so that honey will kind of soften up and get in with all the other ingredients. And then we'll lower that heat, like I said. That's oh yeah, delicioso. Hijo, oh wow, like my mom would say. Yeah. Oh, anyway, we're gonna lower this heat down to about a medium or a low, somewhere there. And just let it simmer. We're gonna let it simmer just a little bit. And then once it cooks, then we'll shut it off, and then we're gonna set it aside and let it cool down. That way when that rack of pork is ready, when we cut it, serve it, and you use that right there. All right, this one here is for my friend Pete Flores. Coffee black. You know how we do it. That's good stuff. Now, what we're gonna be doing here, it's a glaze for our rack of pork. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one adobo chipotle pepper and adobo sauce, and we're just gonna chop it up a little bit. Just kind of coarse, doesn't have to, kind of falls apart because of the way it's made, but it's just a smoked jalapeno pepper. But anyway, we'll just kind of do that real quick, and then put it in here. In our saucepan, just like that. Then we're going to take half a cup or 3/4 of a cup of this brewed coffee. And then we can use, there's a jelly, it's called Currant, C-U-R-R-A-N-T. It's a currant jelly. You can find it in some shops, but a good substitute for it, because of what it's made out of. It's made out of a currant berry. Anyway, a good substitute is a Concord grape jelly. So we're going to put about 3/4 of a cup of this jelly here. Now, we're just gonna let this cook and let that jelly melt out, you know, get real soft. You know, it's a little bit chunky, but with this heat and the coffee and the chipotle pepper, we'll just kind of stir it a little bit and help it a little bit. It's kind of with our spoon to bring it up to the sides and press on it a little bit, and then stir it a little bit, and just kind of work it there until you know, and it might boil, and that's fine. But once you see that all the jelly has fallen apart or melted or whatever you want to call it, then we'll lower it just for about a minute or so on low heat, let it cook, and that's it. And we're going to turn it off. And on that rack of pork, when we're about 130 degrees or so, then we're going to take this and we're going to brush it on that rack of pork, and then we'll let it finish cooking to about 145, 150 or so. And then once we do that, and I think that's about good right there. And we'll just set it low for just about a minute or so, and then we'll set it aside. We'll check that rack, and then, like I said, once it reaches about 135 degrees or so, then we'll take this and we'll put it all over that rack of pork, and then we'll but we'll have some left and we'll set it here, because once that roast is, that rack is cooked, then we're gonna take what's left here, add the rest of this coffee in there, and then we're gonna cut up some chives, and we're gonna put them in there, mix it, and then you'll just put that on that after we slice that rack of pork, and we'll serve this on top. So that's pretty good right there. So we're gonna get this off. We're gonna go check our rack of pork and see where we're at. All right, now this one little side dish we're gonna do, and it's just something simple. It doesn't take long, and all you gotta do is just get you some asparagus spears, wash them, cut the ends off just like that, and then get you some prosciutto. It's a little Italian type ham, but they have it down there at the deli right there at 502. Just go by there, see Lewis and the crew there, and just ask for some sliced prosciutto. And then I just took some regular sliced mozzarella cheese, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this prosciutto here and kind of put it at a little bit of an angle, you can tell, and just put this cheese on it like that, and we'll take our asparagus spear and then just start rolling it just like that. You can tell I've done a few already. They're not hard to do. Then you get these, just throw them on the grill, and it won't take long for them to get ready. And that rack of pork almost done. We've glazed it with our chipotle glaze. Yeah. Tell you what, before you know it, we'll be ready to go. And so there you have it, folks. Look at our wrapped asparagus spears, just beautiful, wonderful. Look at our rack of pork. Our cherries got a little toasted. That's all right, they're good. What we'll do is we'll take these toothpicks out, and then we're going to take this rack of pork and we're going to cut around the rib side of it. We'll cut those strings and then just go along that bone down the bottom there. Pretty easy to follow that bone. And then where are we at? There we go. Some good string there. Get that baby. And we're gonna set this right here. Then we're gonna take our rack of pork here. We can get our strings out of the way so that our family and guests don't bite into them, try to eat them, thinking it's tendon or something on that pork. But anyway, what we'll do is we're just going to take this and we'll just slice it. Thinly sliced, just like that. Look at there. See that? Ooh! Smell-o-vision, taste-o-vision. Look at there. Golly. How's that? I want to tell you what. Then you just take these little slices. And you're going to put them on your plate, just like that. Take a couple of these asparagus spears. Set them right there. And then you'll take these ribs and just cut in between them, just like that. You know? You take these, just set them right there, one on each side, and then remember our little glaze sauce. We added some of those chives on there. Look at there. Wow. Woo. Of course, on our ribs, we're gonna get our barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, mira nomás. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, folks, that's just a little Christmas type dinner on the grill. Not hard, just takes a little bit of time. But I'll tell you what, it's really great. And thank you very much for watching the show. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Many blessings to you and your family. And to all my sponsors, from United Supermarkets to Market Street 502, where I work at, the Flint Hat Company, Jared and his guys down there on 34th and Flint. You got All Seasons Property Care. You need your Christmas lights put up, give them a call. If you look at the end of the show, they'll have all the numbers there. Winter's here, cold season is here. Go get your wood down there at Cactus Creek Firewood. Tell Scott Phillips I sent you. I tell you what, he's got all the wood needs you need, and he'll take care of you. He's a great guy. Also, our new sponsor, firepitoutdoors.com. Go to their website, get you a nice fire pit for your patio. You know, it's the time of season we use those a lot. And of course, Farmland Pork, featured sponsor today. And also Cargill Genuine Texas Beef, and Pilgrim's Chicken, McCormick Seasoning, Stubbs Barbecue, all that good stuff. I'll tell you what, I greatly appreciate all my sponsors. Thank you to the fans. Just keep watching the show. More and more people are coming up to me. I'll tell you what, it's just great. It's going to get better. We're going to have a better year. This is already our 3rd year we're starting off. It's really awesome. So I'll tell you what, folks, I can't say thank you enough. My mom's doing good. I know Christmas is coming up, and I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to that this year. Go see my mama, and but anyway, all that is that. And what can I say? I'm gonna start with the rib here with our barbecue sauce. Ooh, and as my dad would say, mira, listo. Backyard Grilling with the Grill Master, brought to you by these proud sponsors.